The Toronto rental market is making a comeback, which is fantastic news for landlords and terrible news for current and prospective tenants. Stay with me and I'll share with you the signs indicating that the rentals are on the rise again. Rental prices in Toronto bottomed out in January of this year, but then very slightly started to increase going from February and moving into March. Now, average rental prices in Toronto have risen about $150 a month since those lows in January, but much of that increase has happened in the last 90 days. In June, the average one-bedroom downtown condo in Toronto leased for $2,218. That's a figure that we haven't seen since October of 2020. And Rental.ca's July report showed that all one-bedroom properties lease prices increased by 0.2% from May to June. This is significant for two reasons. First, rental rates in downtown Toronto were hit the hardest during COVID, with prices falling anywhere from 20 to 25% for one-bedroom condos. So if one-bedroom units are seeing price increases, albeit slight, that's a strong sign that the rental market is making a comeback. The second reason this is significant is because downtown Toronto tends to be the epicenter for changes to the market. So if downtown rental prices start to climb, you can expect to see increases in prices in Midtown and on the east and west sides as well. That Rentals.ca report also showed that two-bedroom units rose 1.9% going from May into June. Now, personally, I don't find it terribly surprising that two-bedroom unit prices rose significantly more than one-bedroom units, since it's fairly common that most people are looking for either a home office or some kind of work-from-home setup. It's interesting to note that both one and two-bedroom unit average prices are still down 11% and 7% respectively compared to June of 2020. So while price increases seem like they might be back, there's still a long way to go before things get back to pre-pandemic pricing. So the moral of the story is this: if you're a landlord, it appears that better days are ahead in terms of finding a tenant and getting prices that are somewhat approaching early 2020 rates. And as for renters, time may be running out in the coming months where you might be able to find a new place to live at discounted rates compared to a year ago. So you may want to consider starting your search before students make their way back into the city and before a return to the office becomes commonplace. I'm Jamie Harnish, Toronto Real Estate Navigator with Bosley Real Estate. I want to thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you again. Take care.